Hello, and welcome to the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them, they struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy, such as the Deferred Sales Trust, is the best way for you to exit highly appreciated cryptocurrency, businesses, real estate, save a failed 1031 exchange. Also, you can create and preserve more wealth. Hey, I'm your host, Brett Swarts. Each episode, I'm joined by some of the best real estate, financial, wealth, and sometimes crypto minds in the world, where they share their ideas, deal stories, and inspiration. Together, we can make complex tax deferral strategies simple and passive income plans achievable. We're also streaming on expert CREsecrets.com as well, where we're helping real estate professionals, M&A advisors, and business brokers get more freedom with their brokerage. Hey, I'm excited about our next guest. He's an expert in all things crypto, Hex crypto, HEX, and we're just going to be chatting a little bit about that strategy and how to grow your wealth with Hex crypto. Please welcome to the show with me, Eric. Eric, how you doing?
Doing well. Brett, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. We had a chance to get together in Vegas for a real estate conference. We met in person. We had a kind of a little conversation going there, and so I'm excited to have you here now on the podcast. And so, for our listeners, just get to know you for maybe the first time. Maybe tell them a little bit about your expertise and your experience with Hex crypto.
Okay, so crypto is all new. It's been around since Bitcoin was launched about 12 years ago. I, however, have been into crypto since February, March of this year. So I'm the new guy. Been into this cryptocurrency since about mid-August, but I've been studying it intently. I am certainly not a subject matter expert. I just know bits and pieces from other investors. And that's what I'm going to put together today.
That sounds great. Yeah. So, and then your background is like investment real estate brokerage or investing, or maybe residential real estate. Just give a little background to that might be helpful.
Oh, sure. Been in the off-market commercial real estate space for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Excellent. So what's the biggest kept secret to the Hex cryptocurrency and to grow wealth with it?
Okay. The biggest kept secret is staking. Can I just start from the top? I've got my script ready to go. This is not financial advice, but welcome to the highest appreciating asset class in world history. Again, I'm a bit of a novice, but I've put together some information that will hopefully be helpful to you. Why should you pay attention to this information? Because we're actually going to discuss not just one, but 2 tokens and how you're going to receive a free copy of all of your ERC20 tokens. But you could potentially lose your ETH copy if you don't take action. So an ERC20 token is on the Ethereum blockchain. And there's going to be a fork. We'll get to that. So we're going to start with Hex. Hex is the first blockchain certificate of deposit. It was developed by Richard Hart. It was launched on December 2nd, 2019. It has had, unlike many other cryptocurrencies, it has had 2 security audits and 1 economic audit. It's a finished product. It's a smart contract on the blockchain with a 100% uptime. If Richard Hart died today, Hex would go on. Let's get into some details. Hex is not a company. I don't work for Richard. Now, there are some differences between Hex and Bitcoin. Bitcoin uses proof of work, which is very energy intense. Hex, on the other hand, uses proof of stake, and we're going to get into that. Hex's strength is in proof of stake. In Bitcoin, the miners are paid. If you're familiar with Bitcoin, you understand that there's an intense mining industry, and those miners are paid in Bitcoin. In Hex, the hexagons, the people that hold Hex, are paid.
Wait, hexagons, that's like the coolest thing I've ever heard before. So where are these hexagons located? Are these
Telegram?
Are these aliens, or are these like real people that are
These
real
are
places?
real people, guys like you and I, Brett, and they can be found. There are 40,000 of them, 37,000 of them in Telegram, and they are raving fans of Hex.
All right.
So
keep it going.
A strong community, and you can follow them on Telegram. So where was I here? Okay. let's get it. Before we go any further, Brett, let's talk about security, because this is all new. This cryptocurrency is all new, and people get scammed and lose their coins on occasion. So first off, you never ever want to put your seed phrase in anything digital unless it's a cold wallet. Don't type it into a keyboard. Don't take a picture of it with your phone. Um, Recommend using
You
a
said
cold
seat
wallet.
phrase, like you mean your password? Is that what you're referring to?
Correct, your seed phrase. It'll be a 12 to 24 word phrase that you write down
Right.
and you make copies of it. I put mine
Mhm.
on stainless steel. I engrave
Yeah.
with an engraver on stainless steel.
Nice.
Make two copies. Um, Scammers are everywhere. They're in the Telegram group. They'll approach the weaklings as admin and try to
Mm,
get you to give them your seed phrase. Never do that.
mm.
Otherwise, you're going to lose all your crypto.
Got it.
Before you get into any kind of cryptocurrencies, I recommend cleaning your computer, if you know what I mean. You want to make sure that there's not, for example, a key logger on your computer, because if you were to mess up, type your seed phrase into the keyboard,
Hmm.
um, you obviously lose your cryptocurrencies. Okay, so Hex started at 0.00056 of a penny. And today it's at like zero point 0.2, so it's like 20 cents. It was designed initially to overtake Bitcoin and has already overtaken Ethereum by market cap. The coin reporting sites, how do I share my screen? Hit this little share screen. Let me know if you can see my screen, Brett.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to do that, but just tell us what the market cap are versus
Uh,
Bitcoin and Ethereum. That'd be good.
okay, so if you go to coinmarketcap.com,
Hmm.
they rank all of the coins by market cap.
Okay.
Bitcoin's the big dog at the top, followed by Ethereum, and then others. If you go all the way down to number 201, you're going to find Hex. It's
Okay.
buried down at the bottom. Those sites are not truthful, to be kind.
Okay.
Hex has I think right now is like a 20 to 40 billion dollar market cap. It should be up there in like the top 10, but it's
Okay.
not. Um, there are three things that separate Hex from other coins: staking, which saves you from yourself. You can't stake Bitcoin, but you can stake Hex. Staking is where I say, I'm going to take this bag of Hex and stake it out into the future, and I'm not going to touch it. And so, number one is staking. Number two, when you stake, your Hex is burned, it disappears. In
Hmm.
turn, you get what are called T shares. T stands for trillion. So you get like if you stake 19,000 Hex, you get one T share. The T share is what earns you interest, upwards of 40%. And when other people emerge, you can unstake, but then you pay a penalty. You lose
Hmm.
all of your interest, and depending on how far along you are in your stake, you lose principal. When people emergency end stake, all the stakers make gains off of that, off of what other people's loss. You follow me? It's
Hmm.
distributed amongst evenly amongst all of the stakeholders.
Hmm.
I was going to show you how to download
We can go to the
MetaMask
website.
and
So
go
I'm
there.
gonna make sure I'm unpacking some of this. Okay, so it's
Sure.
you got staking. If you stake it, the hex is burned, and then it turns into T shares. T shares can earn 40%, but you
Correct.
can't stake Bitcoin. Um, I think that's the summary so far. So these are all ways to build wealth. What is there? Can you give us the um, what's what's the future for Hex? Take the investment out of it, but like, what can it potentially do? Well, give us what Bitcoin you think is going to do. What's Hex going to do? You know, currency, blockchain outcome for
Sure.
people. Like, what's the utility of it?
The big picture. And again, I'm the novice on the block, but just from my um, recent experience, I'm familiar with Bitcoin since 2008, but just kind of watched it. I know that there's a ton of big, like, multi-billionaires that are involved in Bitcoin and heavily invested. And I, at one point, was a Bitcoin maximalist. That was kind of how I was driven. But I have pulled back from that. If you notice, if you've been watching Bitcoin, it peaked out at like 70,000 about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's been having a hard time to staying in the upper 60s. I'm excited about Hex. It has done very well. We'll get into that later on, but it's a new kid on the block. And if you look at the charts, go to look into Hex, and you can see comparison charts comparing Bitcoin to
Sure.
Hex and
So again,
Ethereum.
I get that. Like there's opportunity for growth and opportunities
Sure.
for building wealth besides investing though, but it like what is the utility of Hex in comparison to Bitcoin? Like what exactly what's the future of that, right? I think they said Ethereum, my understanding, again, I'm a novice on this too. Ethereum versus
Sure.
Bitcoin, it had a way to connect and help other coins and other cryptos
Right.
use their utility, right? Or something like Chainlink, which had a way for helping to transfer in
Sure.
between, like. So again, then you could say Bitcoin could be the currency of the future potentially, right? Is Hex the currency of the future? Is it the
Mm.
like what utility does it have? Like maybe like an Ethereum or Chainlink.
I would say if Hex has a utility, it's saving us from ourselves. I don't even know that, and I have a question in. I put tons of questions in the Telegram group. I asked the other day, and I didn't get an answer, but like, because I heard that Hex is not necessarily a currency. It's I don't remember the other term. Um, but it's so as far as utility, I think it's just the staking. That's all you can do with Hex. I mean, obviously I can send you some Hex, and you could spend it. You could transfer it to any other token you wanted, or you could stake it yourself. So it seems like a currency, but my understanding is it may not technically be a currency. But fact check me on that.
Okay. So yeah, I'm a commercial real estate expert, capital gains tax, deferral expert, deferred
Sure.
sales trust expert. Everyone out there listening, not a crypto expert, still learning
Yeah.
about this stuff. I've dabbled in it, invested in some of it. We have done some deferred sales trust with crypto owners. Let's shift to capital gains tax deferral, right? Because we've done a Bitcoin deal, we've done an Ethereum deal. Clients bought the coin very low, about 30 to 50,000 was for one of our clients. They went to 50 million in Bitcoin, and she never sold because of the capital gains tax until she met us, and she transferred 5 million to defer it, and she's starting a business with it, and that's pretty cool. She's excited.
Nice.
Second client, he Ethereum and Bitcoin, kind of a mix, did very well. Went up to like 13 million, put about 100,000 in, and he sold about 5 million, did another 2.5 million, so he's got 7.5 million deferred. And then we're working with some clients that have some Cardano, some XRP, some Chainlink, and a few handful of others. But let's talk about Hex's ability to be exchanged on big exchange accounts. So is it trading on Coinbase, on Kraken,
Mhm.
on Binance? Where is it traded and why? And I guess it sounds like you're saying they're not traded on those big ones.
That's correct.
Why is it not on the big ones? And kind of walk us through maybe how it can get there.
Huh. Um, Eventually, I think it will be there, and a lot of the guys in the group want it to be on Coinbase and such. But really, it is growing exponentially without being on those. Um, it's growing incrementally without being on those exchanges. I don't think it's essential that it be there. I was going to show you like one of the metrics, Brett, that I look at when I'm looking at Hex is not just the price. I mean, I like the price to go up. That's wonderful. But if you look at, what's the website I was going to show you? Hold on a second. You can go to, we'll just go and look into Hex, and you can find all the links there. And one of the links will show you the Hex Daily Stats. That's what I was after. Hex Daily Stats. So what I really like is every day they give you all the information. All the information is pulled from the blockchain about Hex, the price, the penalties, which happen every day, the total number of holders. This is what I like to look at. Every single day goes up. Today, yesterday it was 384,000 total holders. The number of stakers goes up every single day. So
Got it.
price is
So it sounds
great,
like it's a
but
good investment, a good opportunity to get in low. I get all that. So
okay.
if someone were to sell and get hit with capital gains tax, right? Do you feel like that's a challenge for people? They bought low and they were making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to tens of millions of dollars in Hex. If they were to sell, do you feel like they would like a solution to be able to
Hmm.
sell high, defer the tax, and move into other real estate deals or other business deals?
Absolutely. And that's what we talked about there briefly in Las Vegas week for
What
last.
so I want to see if I did a good job on that presentation, right? What
Yeah.
did you know about the deferred sales trust prior to Las Vegas, I did a presentation for EXP commercial at the national meeting. So what was the we were both a part of EXP, by the way. So what was your feedback, or what did you learn there?
So what I understood about the deferred sales trust, Brett, was that we can take, um, we can avoid the capital gains tax by taking earnings, capital from real estate deals and put it into a deferred sales trust, thereby buying some time, if you will, to thereby move that money into another real estate deal. Did I make that?
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? A
Okay,
little bit
so
different. So it's not avoid, it's defer, right? So
defer.
you can sell a highly appreciated cryptocurrency, business, real estate. It doesn't really matter what the asset is, primary home. And instead of taking all the cash up front, you can defer all the tax,
Right.
right? And you can slowly pay tax over time. And then while the funds are sitting in the trust, they can be invested into real estate with no timing restriction, no 1031 deadline. 1031, by the way, only works for investment real estate. It doesn't work for primary homes or businesses or cryptocurrency sales, whereas the deferred sales trust works for all of those.
I
Um,
see.
and so that's a beautiful part about that. You can also invest into other cryptocurrencies too, with the percentage of the funds as well. So it doesn't have to be, because some people are like, maybe I want to sell my Hex high or my Bitcoin high, or sell my Ethereum and Bitcoin high and invest into Hex at low. Well, the trust
Sure.
can do that with you, right? All tax deferred, which is pretty neat. So you can sell high, buy low, and that's the whole idea. You want to spur economic growth by capturing the gains, diversify them. You can't put all of your gains in the into just one single asset class. You got to keep some diversification, some
Sure.
liquidity. There's some parameters there that will walk you through. By the way, if anyone's wanting to know how to do all this, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. That's capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. You can register for our free mastermind. In fact, it's the Deferred Sales Trust University Mastermind. We're calling it the Crypto DST Mastermind. We're focusing on this exact topic on how to do that. Happens every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can bring your friend. You can bring your Hexicans, your Bitcoinians, your Ethereumians, your CPA, everybody to learn about the Deferred Sales Trust, so that if and when you're sitting around the Thanksgiving table and someone says, "Oh my gosh, I bought Hex a year ago and you wouldn't believe it, 100,000 turned into $1 million, but I don't know what to do."
We
Again, we
hope
want to
so.
give you that option to defer the tax and feel confident about that. Again, that is the capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. So that being said, Mr. Eric, are you ready for the lightning round?
I'm ready. I thought this has felt like a lightning round.
It has been, right? It's been fun. But here we go. Knowing what you know now, if you could go back to your 25-year-old self, Eric, besides buying Hex at an all-time low, maybe Bitcoin at an all-time low, what's the one thing you'd tell yourself to do?
Oh wow. Um, Stay debt free and don't go to college. Start a business.
Nice. That's kind of a hybrid Dave Ramsey model. Stay debt free. Don't go to college. Start a business. Although that may be his way too. That's cool. Next question. What's your favorite book that you recommend or gifted the most in the past year?
Oh wow. I read a whopper the other day. It's titled When. When.
Just WIN.
WHEN.
Oh,
Yeah,
WHEN. Okay,
sorry.
got it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
You ever feel a little like great in the morning and not so great in the afternoon?
sure.
Yeah, everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
When.
Okay,
Excellent
who's
book.
the author? Because that's a pretty vague title.
I don't know the author. He's a new.
It's
He's a bestseller.
okay. It's out there. Everybody,
First book.
WHEN. At first, I thought you said like win. I was like, wow, that's really a it's like titling your book
Creative.
best. It's like you're the best. This is the best book ever, right? Or the best book ever. Win, but it's win. Okay,
Right.
so win, and it's
Yes,
health
sir.
and energy and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Taking
Great.
naps.
Lightning round. That's all we need to know. That's all we need
Resting.
to know. Yes. Question number 3. What are you most curious about right now?
Great question. I am curious about let's stay on topic. I'm curious about where Hex is going to be a year from now.
Yeah, me too now.
Yeah, and Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder where these hex scenes are going to move. They're all going to Puerto Rico. They're going to be, it's the hex. It's like the,
Not with you though.
yeah,
You don't
it's
have
true.
to move to Puerto
With
Rico
me, guys,
anymore.
you don't have to go to Puerto Rico. You can stay in your places, defer the tax. Cool. Next question. Favorite leadership quote or theme that you strive to live by?
Ooh. Wow. I put a quote in my email every single day, week. This one's great. I love this week's quote. We're surrounded. That simplifies the problem. Chesty Puller, famous general.
I like it. Okay, good. And you add a new quote every week. You're getting new ones that inspire you.
Yep. Out
I
of
like that.
books and from people like you.
Got it. All right, cool. Yeah, well, let me know when my quote comes in. Maybe it'll be the Hexican quote for the whole community over there.
Sure.
Last question. After all your success as an investor, as a real estate professional, as a Hexington, as father, I believe, as well, and
Yes.
husband and all that, how do you stay centered in your values, and how do you stay encouraged to charge forward to reach new heights?
Oh, wow. How do I stay centered? Well, I'm a Christian and I love the Lord Jesus Christ. He centers me. What was the next question?
And how do you stay encouraged to charge forward to reach new heights after you've accomplished, certain goals? Some people are like, I've accomplished so much. How do you set that next level and keep going?
Wow. Pain avoidance. That's it. I mean, does that work?
Absolutely. Some people it's pain and pleasure, right? Those are the two main
Yep.
ones. So sure.
Those
Yeah.
great motivators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Eric, I want to thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing and helping us understand the introduction of Hex. And I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep growing, keep sharing more knowledge with more people and about cryptocurrency. And I want to encourage our listeners to also learn about different cryptocurrencies and perhaps start investing and make sure you're protecting and you're doing it in the right order, in the right way, and you're doing all the security tips that Eric mentioned. And so I want to also remind you guys and gals, whoever's listening, to go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com and to register for the free mastermind every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's exciting because we have clients on there. We have folks like Eric on there. We have financial advisors, CPAs, commercial real estate investors, luxury realtors, you name it. People learning about the deferred sales trust for the first time, selling their assets, and they're trying to make it very, very simple. We are trying to make it very, very simple. And so is the community with the Deferred Sales Trust. Again, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to register. And please rate, review, subscribe. And if you're listening just on Expert CRE Secrets, we see you out there as well. Know that we encourage you to learn more about all things brokerage and how to grow your business there. That's expertcresecrets.com.